All right, so this moment is hilarious. I had to show it to you. This is from last week. President Trump was asked a question. He's outside of the White House here, and it's sort of like his brain glitched a little bit. He's asked about taking the COVID-19 test, which I guess he takes on a regular basis. Makes sense. He's the president. And look at how he answers the question.
And I tested very positively in another sense. So this morning, I tested positively toward negative, right? So no, I tested perfectly this morning. Meaning I tested negative.
Have you taken the antibody test yet?
But that's a way of saying it. Positively toward the negative.
I have to tell you, we took some of the best tests, the most amazing tests you've ever seen, really tremendous tests. I tested very positively. I tested positive. I tested positively towards the negative. Negative's the better, so I tested negative. But I tested positively in the sense that I tested negative. It was positive towards the negative, and they were great tests. And we're going to make sure that we're looking at it very strongly. We're going to look at it over the next period of time. Positively towards the negative. Oh man, that's great. That's great. You could see his thought process. His thought process is like, something that's positive is usually good, but in the case of testing for COVID, a positive is bad. But he couldn't just say I tested negative, because he couldn't. That wasn't coming to him. So he was like, I tested positively towards the negative. I tested well. I tested perfect. I had a perfect test, perfect COVID test. It was positive in the sense that I tested negative. His brain just glitched. He can't, but that happens all the time with him, unexpectedly. He's not all that bright. Anyway, so now it's not just this, because this is, whatever, just an offhand remark and a funny moment, but Trump is also having some major brain glitches in terms of the strategy that he's going with for 2020. So, what did I tell you guys in the past? I told you guys Trump was caught between, should I use the slogan "Make America Great Again," or should I use "Keep America Great"? And I don't know how many of you remember my commentary, but my commentary was, if he wants to win, he has to keep Make America Great Again. Because the idea of Make America Great Again is, I mean, we're reading into it here, but this is the interpretation a lot of people have on some level. It's like, okay, things are not great right now. We all agree. Things are a mess. The country's not doing well. Our jobs are being outsourced. Our infrastructure's falling apart. We got all these wars going on. To make America great again, there's an acknowledgement in there that things aren't great now, but we're working towards a better future. It actually, in many ways, it almost similar to the Obama, slogan of change. Like, yeah, things aren't great. Well, let's make them good. Change. So that embedded in that message, there is more of a me versus the world type thing going on for Trump. Me versus the corrupt establishment. I'm going to take him on. I'm going to fight for you. And one of the things he always said on the campaign trail was the forgotten men and women will never be forgotten again. Now, for him to go with Keep America Great in 2020, what does that mean? That implies, hey guys, I already fixed everything in 3.5, 4 years. I already fixed everything. We're good. I came in here, did everything I was supposed to do. I'm so amazing. I'm so great. I got everything done in 4 years. So now it's not like, let's keep fighting for a better future, make America great again. Now it's, we're good. Let's keep our gains, keep America great. Now, why is that such a bad strategy? It's got the same thing as, remember Hillary in 2016? America's already great. When she responded to him with that. That's a fundamentally conservative message, and it totally flies in the face. It's anathema to everybody's lived experience. Everybody knows the country's falling apart, our infrastructure's crumbling, our jobs are being outsourced, we've got all these wars going on. Like, we got all these problems. And you're going to say, keep America great as if it's already great, but it's not. So, and people know that. So for him to go keep America great, that's more of a, I'm not going to try to expand the coalition. I'm not going to try to be an outsider. I'm going to say, we already won. We already got it. And that's a terrible strategy. So now, Trump is flying banners campaign banners that say "Keep America Great" over U.S. beaches on Memorial Day. That is a terrible idea. We have a pandemic going on. Millions of people have gotten sick. The official numbers are that 100,000 died. It's probably way more than that. Just like that real number of cases is way more than, a million, whatever it is at the moment. That's just what we've tested for and we know. It's way more than that. So you can't, when you have 100,000 people dead from a pandemic, when you have an unemployment rate that's actually over 20%, which far surpasses the Great Recession, and now we're in Great Depression territory, you can't say keep America great. It's not great right now. Everything's terrible. So I told you this election in many ways is going to be a test of his BSing skills. Well, this is oh man, is he BSing everybody with this? Keep America great banners as the country's falling apart. We got a pandemic and an economic depression. I don't know, man. I don't think that's going to work. I really don't think that's going to work. I think this is the first time in a while I've seen a strategy out of Trump where I'm like, politics aside, because I obviously disagree with him on the politics. Or I'm sorry, the policy aside, because I obviously disagree with him on policy. But in terms of the politics, he ran a much better campaign in 2016. So now you got an economic depression. You got a pandemic. You have an election model that just came out, which showed Trump getting beaten in a landslide, which is the first one I've seen where he gets beaten in a landslide. This same model before COVID-19 had Trump winning in a landslide. And this is his strategy. Oh boy, this does not bode well for him. And that's even with given all of Biden's flaws. Even with given all of Biden's flaws, all he's got to do is hide. Just hide and let people look at the show of craziness going on in front of them, and it's very possible that Biden can win doing nothing, in the same way he won the primary doing nothing. Didn't even have campaign offices in some states he won. Can definitely happen, man. Can definitely happen. Worst strategy I've seen from Trump. I'm officially declaring it. He's in trouble. Unless he switches course, unless he changes course, Trump's in trouble. Biden is definitely, as of right now, the favorite. The good news for him, though, is that it's the most volatile race I've ever seen in my entire life, and that could easily change on a dime. But as of right now, he's in trouble.